Hello everyone. I welcome you all to ATM Creations and I welcome you all to day 27 DOT Mandala challenge. Let's begin. Today I want to share about my younger one Sriram. I'll share both the serious part and fun part of his life so far. But overall, let me tell you my personal perception about my younger one. He is a blessing. Certainly a blessing. It was 2008 January that I came to know that I'm pregnant with Sriram. Generally, when a woman knows that she is pregnant, she is happy. See, when you don't have something and you're praying God and God gives you, you're so appreciative of God's blessings, God's grace, and you're so appreciative of what you have received. But when you already have something, you didn't ask for it, but still God gives you, I don't think we human beings are appreciative in that case. And that's exactly what happened when I had Sriram. And I was not happy. It is not that I was unhappy, I was not happy. Not happy because when pregnancy was confirmed, Krishna was only 1 year, 4 months. He's not a big boy, he's a small baby. And how am I going to raise 2 kids? That fear occupied my mind than the happiness of the blessings I have actually received. So I anyway told my parents and they were so happy. I expressed my fear and unhappiness. I told them I don't want to have this kid. I'm going to talk to doctor here, and if the doctor agrees, I'm going to terminate because I don't think I have ability to raise two kids. You know what? When I look back at all these things, the lesson that I have actually learned is sometimes when you don't know what you actually need, when you do not know what is right for you, trust me, God is always there to make right things happen. Maybe when things happen, you don't understand that it is right for you, but eventually you will understand. And I actually approached doctor asking what should I do if I have to terminate. And doctor did not counsel me and all. She said, Radha, unless and until there is a valid physical health reason not to have the baby, nobody practices this method of terminating the pregnancy. Maybe you're not satisfied with my response. You can go and check with any other gynecologist. Without examining you, they will not do termination. So there is no option for you but to go ahead with your pregnancy. I understand your anxiety at this moment. When this baby will be born, your elder is only 2, and for you it will be an experience like bringing up twins. Go ahead and enjoy. I was like, what is there to enjoy? What nonsense this doctor is talking about? And I called my mom. I never told her that I'm going to consult doctor for terminating, okay? And after that, I called my mom and told what happened. I'm a very honest kid, okay, for my mom. I clearly speak to her and I told her this is what happened and this is what doctor said. And she said, thank God doctors told you that. If you think you cannot raise the child, give the child to me. I will take care. And she didn't say it for this namesake. She constantly started giving me confidence that she is there to support. My mom had even made fun after Sriram was born. What, Radha, are you giving the child to me? I said, no way. So I also understood during the pregnancy of Sriram, I was so stressed out. So, though people were saying that they are going to help me out to raise the kid, ultimately it is parental responsibility. And I have a strong belief, okay, that sons are more towards moms and girls are towards dads. So it was Apollo Hospital at Bannerghatta Road in Bangalore. That's where my gynecologist was there, and Krishna's pediatrician was there too. And at 3 months or 4 months, I don't remember exactly, I had to go through an ultrasound scan because doctor said I need to check the heartbeat of the child or something. She said, I don't remember exactly, but it was ultrasound scan. I only know doctors can find out the gender of the baby through ultrasound scan. I literally begged my son's pediatrician to come along with me through ultrasound and let me know the gender of the child. And I promised him, Doctor, don't worry, I'm not going to terminate the pregnancy. He laughed so loudly and said, Radha, I know that you're not going to do it. I will come and check. So he did check, and he's not supposed to reveal the gender, no, as per our rules. So he waited for that radiologist to go away, and he said, Radha, you're having a boy. I said, Doctor, you're lying. That it's a girl only. because I was having a strong belief. Anyway, I'm going to have a child, let me have a girl, no? And doctor said, rather, you're going to be disappointed. You are having a boy only. I'm not making fun of you, I'm telling you the truth. I said, okay, doctor. Though he said, I was still not believing. I thought I'm going to have a girl, and the pregnancy proceeded with whole lot of stress. Now I am understanding a most important lesson that traditionally we used to follow. So traditionally, what normally people say, that women who is going through pregnancy must eat healthy and stay happy all the time. And I didn't know the science behind eating healthy and staying happy. Now I understand, okay? That's very, very important for a healthy baby. It's not for pampering the pregnant women. What I'm trying to say is, by taking care of women during the pregnancy and making her feel good and supported, and making her feel come what may she can handle, and making her feel happy, all that is important, very important, considering you want to have a healthy kid. Healthy mom, both physically and mentally, during pregnancy is equal to healthy kid. I was financially doing great. My parents and my brother was also there, constantly sharing words of care and support. Everybody around me were supportive. I should say that. Everybody. But ultimately, what is going on in my mind matters. I was not unhappy, but I was scared of how am I going to raise two kids? Will I be able to do justice? So, that kind of a scary feeling. Because the reason why I'm telling this all to you is um, September 21st of 2008, I went for doctor's checkup, and doctor said, rather this time it's going to be a planned C-section, because already you have had two C-sections, so it is risky to attempt for normal delivery, so we won't do that. It is going to be a planned C-section. My mom was there with me. So doctor said September 24 or 25 or 27. In any of these three dates, you only select and give me by end of date today. When she said that, it was 21st September of 2008, and accordingly we'll fix up C-section time. And you know what parents will do, no? So my mom consulted astrologer, this, that, and fixed up the date for 24th September, 2:30 p.m. in the afternoon. They wanted baby to be out exactly by 2:30, and doctor, yes, understood that, and she said, then 23rd September you come and get admitted before 11 a.m. I did. 24th September Sriram was born, and when Sriram was born, there was a practice newly introduced in that hospital called neonatal test. So couple of days after, 48 hours after the baby is born, they take some blood sample and test. So they test, and the test results will come after 2 weeks. So 24th Sriram was born, and 27th I was discharged, and we happily went to home with Sriram. And 15 days later, when the results came, somebody from the hospital calls me and says, Madam, this thyroid, this, that is there. If you don't treat, your baby is going to be mentally challenged. See, people who are practicing doctors, nurses, or people who are in medicine field, they should actually know how to talk. I'm not commenting about what to talk, I'm commenting about how to talk. Those people must definitely know how to communicate things to people. The way this nurse called me and said, "Oh my god," it was so shocking. And immediately after the call, I started crying. My mom didn't know why I was crying, and she asked me what happened. Um, I told her this is the entire conversation, and my mom said, "Calm down, let's go." See, we took the child, I mean, Sriram, went to the hospital. Doctor said his thyroid hormones are haywire here and there, too much. So, further tests are required to come to a right diagnosis. So, me and my mom took Sriram and then for blood test. Obviously, a small baby, okay. For a blood test, if they are going to put injection, he's going to cry. I couldn't see Sriram crying, so I don't go inside the lab. My mom carries Sriram and goes inside. I would be waiting outside because I literally couldn't handle when someone puts the injection to Sriram and he will cry. So I couldn't see that. My mom also was feeling bad only, but she was more stronger than me. That's what I should say. And finally, they said hypothyroidism. This is not a dangerous thing, but he has to be given medication. And that medication should be given in empty stomach. And after giving medication for an hour, he shouldn't be fed anything. And all this happened at Chennai. And they said when you go to Bangalore, you need to consult someone called pediatric endocrinologist. I still do not know what is endocrinology, but yes, the moment we came to Bangalore, we consulted such a doctor. God's grace, he's an amazing doctor who still checks Sriram once in 6 months. And he said, "Who came to this diagnosis and giving this medication?" I told the doctor name. They should have understood the root cause of the problem and started the medication. Now, rather, medication is right, but we cannot stop the medication now. So continue the medication until he turns 3 years. And once he completes 3 years, let me know. We will stop the medication for 45 days so that the effect of the medicine will go out of the body. And then we have to do something called nuclear scan to understand why the problem. And we did that. We had to be patient until he turned 3. He did. Then we did nuclear scan. Then we found that his thyroid glands itself is absent. He doesn't have thyroid glands. So where will he go for thyroid hormones? So they have to be supplied as a medicine externally, and that's what he's going through. So the point that I wanted to make here is when you're not mentally okay, it is going to affect the baby inside if you're pregnant. If you're not pregnant and you're not mentally okay and you have a family around, it's going to affect the people around. So it is very important for you to stay mentally okay so that you are happy and people around you are happy too. It's very important. And now coming to the fun part of raising Sriram. Suddenly he had a lot of hair and all of a sudden his hair is gone. And I still remember the kind of reaction he gave, which was apparently seen on his face when we showed him in front of the mirror after shaving his head. Absolutely no hair. He was looking like a bald head. And that surprise or a kind of shock was so clearly seen on his face. And eventually it started growing, and by the time he uh, had his hair growing, Krishna had stopped the habit of pulling his hair, because for quite some time there was no hair to pull. No? So Krishna also had stopped and started accepting him as his sibling. Growing up, this guy did not talk much. I'm talking about Sriram. He doesn't talk much. He started talking very late. Other than Amma Appa, he doesn't talk much. And we had put him to a formal school a year later than normal. And I think Sriram was in UKG. So the arrangement was done like this. I was working in an IT company, that is Wipro Technologies, and the arrangements were like this. Sriram will go to school, and since he was in PP3, he doesn't have a full day school but half a day. Every day his school gets over by 1 p.m. So the school bus will drop him at daycare. By around 1:30 maybe. By around 1:30 the school bus will drop him at daycare, and every day by 1:35 or 1:45 I get a message from daycare saying Sriram has arrived, and I used to continue working peacefully. On this particular day, by 1:45 2 I did not get the message, and I was little worried. And by 2 p.m. also I did not get message, and I called the daycare. They said, no ma'am, Sriram did not come in the school bus. We thought he's on leave and you're taking care of him. I said, no, I sent him to school. He went to school. And that's when I panicked. In the same school bus, there used to be 3 children who come to the same daycare, and everybody came except Sriram. 2 other kids came. Totally 3 kids. No, 2 other kids came. Only Sriram did not come. And I didn't know what to do. So I informed my manager immediately and said I have to go to school. I informed my husband also. He came from his office to school, and I almost flew from office to school. We informed the school academic director, and he said, sir, what happened? And he said, madam, come, all the buses have gone to drop kids. Let the buses come back, and only then we will be able to understand. And in the meanwhile, the school director, what he did, he called the transport in charge and asked the transport in charge to call all the bus drivers one by one to check if there are any more kids in the bus left without being dropped in their proper location. And bus number starts from 1 and it goes up to 18, bus number 18. 1 to 16, this transport in charge calls the bus drivers, and everybody says, no, there is no kid extra in our bus. And I panicked. The academic director was like, Radha, come, there are 4 more buses and we will call them too. And 1 to 16, Sriram is not there. And in route 17, there are two buses, 17A and 17B. And both of them goes to, from school, they drop kids at a place called HSR Layout. And 17A bus driver, he says, yes sir, there is a kid here, and he doesn't belong to HSR Layout. And when I asked him, he said, Indu ma'am, and I don't know who is Indu ma'am. Indu ma'am is the one at daycare. Okay, so I don't know who is Indu ma'am, and this child is very, very sleepy. So we did not let the child get down from the bus. We just dropped other kids at HSR Layout. We are bringing this kid back. And kids used to have ID card, no? It need not necessarily be Sriram. It may be some other kid also. And the transport in charge was like, yes ma'am, there is a kid it seems. I said, check the ID card and let me know which kid is that. And the transport in charge calls up the driver again. And in those buses that drops the smaller kids, there used to be two helpers also. And one such helper had seen ID card and said, sir, ID card says Sri Raman. Oh my God. I got my life back only at that point of time. Until then, I was half dead. That's how I was feeling. And the moment I knew Sri Raman is safe, I cried like a hell, and which academic director understood, and he said, I'm so sorry ma'am. Normally what happens is before the bus departs from the school, we used to check if all the kids have boarded the bus. If not, we don't allow the bus to go out of school at all. But some mistake is made, and we will figure out what happened. Okay, and all the buses came. So HSR Layout is a place which is at least 7 kilometers away from the school, and the bus which Sriram was supposed to board is only 2 kilometers. I mean, the dropping place is only 2 kilometers from school. And it was a system that was followed in school, that every day, especially when the bus is about to depart, each bus has a checklist that these are the list of students who are supposed to board the bus. And as and when the kid boards the respective bus, they are going to keep a tick mark. And when the bus number 14 came, that is the bus normally Sriram should board, there was a tick mark against Sriram's name. And then academic director shared his peace of mind to the bus driver of bus number 14 and the helpers of that bus. How come there is a check mark in this list, whereas the child has boarded some other bus? And the bus driver and the helper, both of them said, sir, Sriraman boarded the bus, and that is why we had put the check mark. Of course, yes, I think he had gone down, which is our mistake. We did not notice. It is definitely our mistake, and we are sorry. And the director was like, you happily said sorry, but do you know what has actually happened in this 2 hours time? So they were speechless. And again, to help me calm down, the school director called bus number 17, and they said, sir, we are just a kilometer away from school. Give us another 5 minutes, we'll come, because we are just stuck in traffic. So the bus came, and Sriram was like, hello ma, and he happily got down the bus. Oh my goodness, I took him. And then when because we basically wanted to know what exactly happened, and if we have to make the child talk, the child is hungry. Sriram was hungry. He didn't have his lunch, no, because the lunch was given at the daycare, and he didn't eat it. So the academic director, we all went to, myself, my husband, Sriram, and academic director, transport in charge. We all went to academic director's chamber, and the lunch was arranged. Sriram ate, and when Sriram was in a normal mood, then academic director asked, "What happened, Sriram? Did you not board your bus number 14? How come you are coming from bus number 17A?" And he happily and honestly responded, "No, no, sir, I boarded bus number 14 only. But in bus number 17, I saw my friend. So I quickly went down to greet my friend and come back. But I did greet my friend also. But sitting next to him, I fell asleep. What can we do in that case? Tell me." And when this child fell asleep, neither bus number 14 people noticed Sriram getting down, nor bus number 17A noticed that a new child is boarding the bus, which is quite unusual. So that created whole lot of chaos and not understanding what exactly happened. Since afternoon parents coming and then feeding him lunch is not normal, no. So suddenly he is seeing his mom and dad in the afternoon, and that too in academic director's chamber, who was giving chocolate and talking to Sriram. He was so happy. He was like, "Thank you, sir." I said, "Oh, very good boy." And then we were sitting and talking for a while. The academic director said, "Radha, we can eat together." I said, we politely turned down the offer and said, "All the help that you did so far is more than enough, sir. But one suggestion, when a child boards the bus, there should be someone to monitor that the child is in the bus." And then I spoke to bus number 14 people and said, "Be little extra cautious." They understood what chaos has happened and they apologized. And I said, "That is okay. Child is safe. That is all I wanted. But you definitely have to be more cautious because these are kids." And in front of them only, with a strong tone of voice, I instructed Sriram. I normally don't raise my voice to kids. So if I raise my voice, kids know something wrong has happened. So Sriram understood. He said, "Okay, ma, hereafter I will not get down from my bus for any reason." And at the same time, I spoke to that bus driver 17A and the helper. If they had not taken care that Sri Raman had not got down somewhere, then it would have been more of a chaos. Thankfully, they took care of that, which is why Sri Raman was safe. So I literally thanked them. They said, "Madam, it is our mistake that we didn't notice a new child is coming and you're thank." No, no, that is actually okay. Now the outcome that we all want is the child's safety, and child is safe. Just that the bus has changed, that's all. The child is safe, and that is all we want. So, thank you so much. So, this is most, if you ask me anytime later in my life also, what is the funniest part of raising Sriram? I will remember this bus changing incident. So, both my kids did not fail in one thing to give me heart attacks. They both did not fail in doing that. Okay, coming back to Sriraman. This guy is like a saint. The reason is he has a lot of good qualities. Number one, he's really forgiving. Let me tell you why I think about him so. I have raised my voice, scolded him. Once or twice I have beaten him too. But within few minutes, he will be back to normal and he hugs me and kisses me as if nothing in life has ever happened. And I used to think, how come a child can be so forgiving? If you raise your voice towards your child, if you scold your child, whether it's the child's mistake or your mistake, that doesn't matter. Imagine a situation where you are raising your voice and scolding your child. The child is supposed to be angry, but I have never seen Sriraman angry. He would only be sad and disappointed, but he is never angry. I don't know how he could be like that, but this one trait which I observed in him and I learned from him how to be forgiving. And when I say forgiving, you need not necessarily forget it. What I mean by forgiving is you don't let that event define your happiness. That's all about it. You can remember it, but you shouldn't let that event define your emotions. So, Sriram is extremely forgiving. And the next thing is when it comes to food, let me describe a particular situation and then you tell me how would you behave in that situation. And then I'll tell you how Sriram behaves in that situation. Imagine it's a weekend, you have had your lunch by around 1 o'clock and by 4:30 you are slightly hungry and you wanted to have some snack and a cup of tea and an amazing snack which you really love eating and you have been waiting to eat that particular snack since, let's say, 2 years. What would you do in that situation? I'll tell you what will I do. I would eat that particular snack as if I have never seen food in my life. And I have done that. Okay? But this guy Sriram, even if he is extremely hungry, he will eat normally only. He doesn't eat as if he never saw food in his life earlier. He eats normally, and let's say, for example, he's in the same situation as I explained earlier. Lunch by 1 and 4:30 you're hungry, and your most favorite snack is there in front of you, and nobody is going to say anything if you eat unlimited also. But this guy, he will take small portion of snack in his plate and then says that's enough. That's an amazing quality in a kid, and he follows that till date. That's an amazing quality. I'm not saying those who eat more is bad and those who eat less is good. But for a child to have that self control is definitely amazing. There are a lot of adults who do not have that self control. When adults do not have, I understand. And when the child has that self control, I'm so amazed. I don't know how Sriraman is like that, but he's like that. So there are a lot of other qualities which I admire in my children. I don't know how did they get that, but I'm definitely considering them as a blessing. And the first layer of brushstroke with that teal blue, I think I messed up a little. I'm so sorry about that. And I calmed myself down, saying to myself that even experts can make mistakes. It's okay. Now, mandala for day 27 is done. Now go ahead, recreate it, share it with me.